Hey, what's up, you guys? Killer Kyle coming back at you with another new video. Last week, I did predictions for NXT in Your House. Was a really good show. I'm really impressed with how they did it and what they did, and the set looked exactly like the set you would see in your house during the 90s. The backlot brawl backlot brawl with Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream was really good. The whole show was really good. Now the Sunday is Backlash, and it's looking like it's going to be a good show. There's one match that I hope does really, really well, but I'll get to that in a moment. So yeah, Backlash predictions. Here we go. Gonna start things off with Jeff Hardy against Sheamus. And, the story of how this came along is like, it's basically like Jeff's redemption story and Sheamus trying to prove that he's still the same guy. He's always going to make mistakes. He's blaming his mistakes on, or he's Sheamus is basically being like your atypical heel, essentially. And so I'd like to see Jeff get the win on this one, just to prove that, he's back, he's in the right mindset, and, Sheamus I don't really think needs to win on this one. So just, yeah, have Jeff win this one. And the whole story they've got with Jeff, and like he was drunk and caused an accident involving Elias, is like the depths WWE won't go to for their stories. Like, why bring a man's personal issues into it? Anyways, I digress. Yeah, Jeff, I want to see win that one. Next, we go to what is being referred to as the greatest wrestling match ever with Randy Orton and Edge. And pardon me, I might be doing that a lot. Edge and Orton have had many great matches throughout their career, battling over the Intercontinental Championship, being rated RKO together. So they had many, many great matches. This being billed as the greatest wrestling match ever, that's a big mountain to climb, if you will, and a lot of expectation to uphold to. Now, coming off of their last man standing match at WrestleMania, which was very, very good, to be able to live up to that standard and maybe even outdo it if they can in a straight up match between them, I think it'll be good. Hopefully the ends justify the means, and the reality doesn't meet up to the expectation, because everybody's expecting this to be a great wrestling match, or a great match, which I'm sure it will, but, like I said, having this being billed and touted as the greatest wrestling match ever, you don't want it to be a disappointment. You want it to be a mass success. And hopefully it will. As far as who's going to win, I mean, Edge got the win at WrestleMania, so Orton might get the win on Sunday. Or Edge could get the win on Sunday and, like, put this rivalry to bed once and for all, and then Edge move on to other things. So it really all depends on what way they're gonna go with that. Next, we go on to a match for the U.S. title. We got the champion Apollo Crews against the challenger of Andrade. And the team they have right now with Andrade and Garza is really good. And I think they could end up a tag team champion at some point. And, like, Cruz and Andrade have had really good matches. And so I think it'll be another really good match. I really hope they keep the title on Cruz a little bit longer. He's only held it for a few weeks. And this is his first title run and his first title in WWE. So I'd like to see him hold on to the title a little longer and have great matches with the championship and hopefully be a really good champion. And, the number of people that have held the U.S. title, of course, Andrade, Kevin Owens, Bret Hart, Cena, Harley Race, many, many others. So, yeah, that's a high standard to hold up to. And, yeah, as far as Apollo Crews is concerned, he's got to live up to that expectation, and I think he can. So, yeah, I really want to see them keep the title on Crews. Now we go on to a triple threat match for the women's tag titles. You got the champions Bayley and Sasha against Cross and Bliss, against the Iconics. And when they took the titles off of Cross and Bliss and put the titles back on Bayley and Banks. There you go. I wasn't expecting it, but at the same time, it's like with Bayley and Sasha being as good of heels as they've been lately, it makes sense to put the tag titles on Sasha and Bayley again. I just thought they would have taken the SmackDown Women's Championship off of Bayley first before putting the tag titles on Bayley and Sasha. Now that they have Bayley as a SmackDown Women's Champion and one half of the tag champions, it's like, okay, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna have Bayley defend the SmackDown Women's Championship so much and then defend the women's tag title so much? Or are they just gonna not have Bayley defend the SmackDown Women's Championship for a little while and just have them regularly defend the women's tag titles until they lose them and then focus back on the SmackDown Women's Championship? I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't see them putting the tag titles back on Bliss and Cross. I mean, they just lost them like a week ago. So, I mean, I don't see Bliss and Cross ending up with the tag titles back so soon. The Iconics, I mean, yeah, you could put the tag titles back on them, but at the same time, it's like, I feel they need to prove themselves a little bit more before they get the tag titles again. So I think Bayley and Sasha are going to retain the tag titles on Sunday. So next we go on to a match for the Raw Women's Championship. You got the champion of Asuka against Nia Jax. And, you know, the whole situation with Asuka getting the championship, not having fought for it, having it basically given to her because of Becky not being able to defend the championship anymore, not being able to hold on to the championship anymore because she's pregnant, is like, okay, there a lot of people are going to have some issue with that. And I mean, you know, not to throw shade at Becky with the pregnancy, it's great, it's wonderful. I'm sure her and Seth are thrilled, and I'm sure they will make great parents. I just, it just seems to be that a lot of people are going to not like the fact that Asuka got the championship without fighting for it. She basically got it handed to her. Nevertheless, that's the way it went, and that's kind of what Nia Jax's argument has been, that, you know, Asuka didn't earn the championship. It was just basically given to her because Becky got pregnant and she couldn't compete anymore and defend the championship anymore. And so, yeah, that's how this whole rivalry came about. But Nia Jax just haven't been back for a little while. Her in the title picture now, I don't see her winning the championship Sunday. I really don't. If she does, fine. But I mean, let's be honest. She's only been back for for a few weeks, maybe a month. She's been having good matches, but as far as I'm concerned, she hasn't done a whole lot to prove that she deserves to be in the title picture. So I think Asuka could very well retain the championship. Next, we go on to a 2-on-1 handicap match for the Universal title. Why the fuck they're doing this again, I don't know. We got Universal Champion Braun Strowman against Miz and Morrison. All I gotta say is, please, you fucked Strowman over in a handicap match for the Intercontinental Championship. Don't do the same with the Universal title. Please, for God's sakes, keep the title on Strowman. It would just be absolutely stupid if you fuck over Strowman again as far as the Universal Championship is concerned. Why you fucked him over the Intercontinental Championship, I don't know. Okay, you wanted to have Sami Zayn be the Intercontinental Champion, that's fine. But how long did he hold the damn thing and he couldn't defend it? He had to give it up. And they're having have this uh, tournament, if you will, to determine a new champion, and the finals of that are going to be tonight, so check it out when it comes up. But yeah, please don't fuck over Strowman again. And finally, the match that I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to for the WWE Championship, Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. And now, see, here's the thing. You got Bobby Lashley on a tear ever since he's been with MVP, which is great. It's what he needed desperately, because it seemed like ever since he returned to WWE, they had him do a lot of stupid shit. I mean, yeah, you have him be Intercontinental Champion, which is fine. Have him with Leo Rush, which is fine. But after that, the things they had him do were fucking stupid as hell. And now, since he's been having MVP guide him, mentor him, if you will, We've got him in the title picture, which would be his first WWE title opportunity in his career. But I don't see it happening. I don't see Lashley winning. I see McIntyre retaining. It'll be a war for sure, but I just don't see the potential and the necessity for putting the title on Lashley. I just don't. So there it is. It's in the books. My Backlash predictions this Sunday on the WWE Network, 7 p.m. Eastern. It should be a good show. I hope the match with Edge and Orton lives up to the hype, lives up to the expectation, and we get hopefully the greatest wrestling match ever, or at least a pretty damn good match nonetheless. So, with that being said, and word going around is Matt should be back here within the next couple of weeks. So when he is, we will get together and do a video, whether it be for Facebook Live, YouTube, our Wheels of Fury page, whatever the case may be. So look forward to that, and until the next event happens, next month most likely, peace out.